All right.
All
Without
right.
further
So
ado,
without further ado, our
ready.
next guest is the Marine. He is one half of the main event of BKFC 21 against Dakota Cochrane. 2 weeks from now, next week? Is it next week?
It is next week, brother.
Holy shit. It's already next week. He will be fighting Dakota Cochrane in Nebraska, and he is the Marine, Mike Richman, the gentleman himself. What's happening, man?
What's up, guys? Sorry if it's
What?
a little loud. I'm at work right now, so
I see
trying
Ricks.
to run the club. Hold on, yeah. Let me get that
Look at
shameless
that.
plug.
Look at this
Let me get
guy.
that. Let me get that shameless plug right there.
Rick's
Down
Cabaret, Minneapolis.
in
Yeah.
Right?
Minneapolis.
Is that
What's
right?
up, guys? Yeah, Minneapolis. Yeah, back home.
Come
in
see
Minneapolis.
all the finest girls and get a drink.
Yes.
First one's on the house. Ladies' night
Yes.
tonight.
That's Mike's club DJ.
Give it up
voice.
for Cinnamon.
Yeah, I see you
What's
grew
up, guys? Say yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
I see you grew back the mustache for this fight.
Oh, the mustache is coming out. Come next Friday, I'm gonna shave the beard, and then you'll just see the mustache only. I'm probably gonna keep the hair though.
Yeah.
Keeping the
Hair's
hair.
looking dapper. You're looking good, buddy. So how are you feeling going into this one? You're fighting a guy in Dakota Cochrane who is 3-0 in bare knuckle. He's been through a lot. He's fought some killers, but you are a killer. So how you feeling going into this one?
No, man, I feel really good. I feel really good, really confident in my skill set, and I just think we're both kind of tanks. We're both bulls, but I'm just more talented than him, and I'm not going to be where I'm not going to be where he's at when he's looking for me. When he's trying to do that bull rush, he's trying to do his overhand. He tried to make it dirty. I'm always going to be one step ahead of him, and then he's going to find out. I hit really hard. He's going to find that out.
You have a tool in your toolbox that not a lot of people have, okay? And I've talked to Kyle about this, right? No matter whether you're sitting down and eating, standing at the bar having a drink, watching a fight, or you're dead center in the ring punching someone in the face, you maintain this just even keel. You just somehow get into this zone, and man, you are like cool as a cucumber, as they say. How do you maintain, like you like my adrenaline will be rushing, my heart will be pumping. I don't might pass out, I don't fucking know. You just are so calm and focused. How do you get into that mindset?
I think that took time. It took time and experience. And as I learned to be able to bring down my heart rate, be able to be calm, cool, and just kind of treat it as business as usual. That is when I feel like I'm performing at my best, when I'm not letting the nerves control me, and I'm able to control it. That's when I'm at my best, is when you see me out there, calm, cool, collected. Like you said, cool as a cucumber. You punch me in the face, I got to shrug it off as business as usual. And that's just kind of how I like to fight. And that's kind of how I like to perform. I don't like to get too amped up. I have early on in my career been like that. And I just finally found a way to kind of fine tune it to where I can be kind of really calm and cool in there.
No, Mike's spot on with that. For like, if anybody saw you in that last fight, when you dropped Marcel Stamps for that last time, you landed that punch, and then you like took one look at him, and then like kind of like shrugged and was like, okay, it's over, and you turn around, walked
Over to
away.
my corner.
And then we're happy to say that we hung out with you guys that night, and like it didn't matter where we went. You stood at the bar with the same fucking demeanor the entire night. I don't know if it's you getting into a zone or into a state of mind, like Mike's saying, or that's just you at all times. But it's a fucking, and like Monica says, Brittany Hart's mom, Monica says, the United States Marine Corps breeds that into you guys. You know what I mean? You being the Marine,
it definitely helps. Yeah. It definitely helps. Combat experience, being in the infantry, being in the Marine infantry, you definitely want to be calm under fire. I try to take that Mike Tyson approach after a victory. If I knock someone out, I think, I'm paraphrasing. People ask him, how come you don't go crazy and celebrate? He's like, well, then when I go crazy and yell, that I'm acting surprised. Like I'm surprised I knock him out. So I try to have that calm demeanor when I finish someone. If I get the victory, if I get the KO, to try to really keep level-headed. Like, hey, you know, I did my whole training camp. My whole mindset was to go in here, knock them out, finish them, go for the kill. So when I actually get it, I can't act all crazy and elated and like I'm surprised because I just been mentally drilling this and physically preparing for that moment. And I just, it's just about just keeping cool, man. It's, you know, I've had victories in the past where I got jacked up afterwards, but for the most part, you know, the later half of my career, I kind of had a cool approach to it, and that's always been really, really good for me.
You're far past the backflips off the top of a cage fucking era of your career. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't need to
be.
You don't need that shit.
Don't need to blow your knee out.
Hey,
I'll break my ankle doing that.
Yeah. So speaking of, you know, speaking of your service in the Marine Corps and all that stuff, you know, shout out to all the Marines in the world for all the shit that's been going on over in Afghanistan right now. I don't know how that made you feel, but maybe gives you a little more fuel to go out there and fuck up Dakota a little more and dedicated to your boys, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I am actually having a lot of Marines that I served with in 1st Battalion, 1st Marines, having a handful of Marines to actually fly out for this fight. So we're going to have a good presence of, you know, all my old Marine Corps brothers that I served with and probably, you know, some other people that are coming out as well. What happened in Afghanistan, it's so unfortunate and it's kind of disappointing and sad. And it definitely brings out a lot of emotions with that whole scenario. But I'm going to be going out there and representing. You know, I got to represent. And by when I mean representing, I'm going out there to fucking put on a show, to go for the kill, to know that I'm never going to back down. And he's going to remember fighting me. You know, I'm going to take all of them with me on my back. And but that's kind of my approach that I've always had. It's just going to be really special to have you know, all the Marines in there as well. So
yeah, man, and you got to think that, I mean, I don't know if they announced this, but you know, next step after this fight would be Thiago Alves, which would be a hell of a fight too. So you got something to look forward to. You don't want to look. Yeah, you don't want to look past what you got in front of you, obviously. But, you know, I mean, Thiago has been around for a long time, and it would probably be a pretty good honor to fucking share the ring with that guy, too. So,
absolutely. Well, whether it's me or Dakota, which it's going to be me, but like this should be, you know, this should be the #1 contender fight. They're not announcing it as such because you never know in this prize fighting game. They could sign some bigger name than myself, you know, or Dakota. And then someone else is fighting Thiago. But this is legitimately it. This is who we're supposed to. This is who's supposed to be the #1 contender. I don't care if I've only had one BKFC bout. Everyone knows what I do. Everyone knows my skill set. Anyone that's watched my career, when you watch me in the ring, and I don't mean to be arrogant, I don't. But when you watch me, you're like, that motherfucker knows what he's doing. Period. You watch me, you're like, he knows what he's doing. He's not in there swinging for the fences. He's not fighting scared. He's not just hoping for something. That dude is a calculated killer. Period. And that you have to see that when you see me out there fight.
Oh, we see it.
We see it.
I think the bald head gave you just a little bit more serial killer attitude.
You stepped in there looking like Charles Bronson right out.
Yeah, a little Bronson look for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so would you call yourself like a modern day Renaissance man? Like, listen, here's where I'm going with this. Like, you run a club.
Mm-hmm.
You knock people out with your bare hands. You're a Marine. You're also a baker. You make cakes. Are you a candlestick maker as well?
Cakes. Yeah. You know, I do a little bit of everything. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about being in the Marine. There it is.
How'd that get there?
Yeah, we would put the other picture up, but I don't know. Like, Facebook and YouTube's been kind of stupid about like certain things. We got slapped down last week because we showed a chick in a thong when we interviewed John Nutt. And they flagged us. I don't really understand what that's about, but anybody wants to find out about Mike's baking skills, go check out his social media.
I like to have fun, man. I don't, as much as a lot of times I do take myself very seriously, and I have this Marine kill bodies, go in there, destroy, seek and destroy. Like there are qualities of me that have that. I am that person, but I'm also most Marines that you meet, especially Marine infantry. Anyone that's done any combat tours, we're fucking funny. We like to have fun. We do goofy ass shit. We don't take ourselves seriously. until it's time to get serious. And that's me. That's what you see on social media, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. I don't TikTok.
Yo, dude, I gotta give you props, man.
Yeah.
You have this bad boy fucking tough ass demeanor. Go watch his TikTok, man. This motherfucker plays a lot. He'll be in the tight shorts and fucking roller skates doing some shit, man.
I haven't made one in a while, but that's exactly to my point is, everything you see from all of it, I don't do a fake facade. That's me. I am legitimately do that. I'm a general manager of a strip club. Like I like to have fun. I like to fight. I like it all, and I hope people see that. They see the my true personality. I'm not faking to be somebody. I'm not doing a gimmick. It's just who I am.
Where did you come up with the idea to get them sprinkles on your face?
We were scrolling through. We were on social media, and we scrolled through this picture with this kid. He had sprinkles on his face, and he was next to this girl with this big old ass and sprinkles all over her face. So Allie and I were chilling. We're like, we should recreate that. And she's like, sure. And I'm like, all right. And then we posted about it, saying we're going to recreate it. And then people are like, nah, we won't really see it. We're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Watch it. I'll do it. Yeah.
Dude,
now it's on.
Great. It's great. It's definitely some great pictures.
I gotta make sure I get that back in there, and see that Rick's Cabaret, Minneapolis. Got to plug it in.
Oh
there.
yeah.
So where that's like dead in the middle of the city. When you were like panning around, I seen a lot of tall buildings around you and stuff. Is that right in the?
It's not. I mean, it's in downtown Minneapolis, but it's not like right downtown, or it's not in like the heart. I mean, it's considered downtown though. We're kind of off to the side, is where like the main foot traffic is, but we get a lot of traffic over here as well. But yeah, we're in Minneapolis.
It's not far from the Mall of America. I went there for work before. We went to the Mall of America.
Yep.
You went to Mike? You went to Rick's Cabaret?
I didn't go to Rick's.
You should have.
I wish I did, but you wouldn't have been there, right? You would have probably been in Fort Worth. Or how long were you in Fort Worth for?
I was in Fort Worth for a little over a year as GM down there, and then before that, I was a manager of Spearmint Rhino at a different company. I shouldn't even say that name out loud. In Pittsburgh, and I was out in Pittsburgh for 2.5 years. In Pittsburgh,
yeah. With all them
that was
Pittsburgh Steeler fans, scumbags. Kevin Smith says this guy's as real as he gets.
Yeah.
The world needs to pay attention. Kevin Smith says this guy's as real as they get. I'm
going to be the fucking champion, period. I'm going to be the champion. It's just a matter of, how many fights are going to take until I get to Thiago or whoever the champion is, how much more of a character they want me to build, how much, it just all depends in this game on what they feel like is most financially beneficial for them. If they don't think I'm the guy financially for them, then whatever, I'll just keep fucking knocking dudes out. But I'm the most talented guy, I promise you that. Sorry, a big ass truck coming, it might be loud, but I'm the most talented guy. And at the end of the day, I'll fight any dude. I'll fight guys at bigger weights. I don't give a shit. Everyone's all so scared and not fighting this certain guy, this or that. There's only really two true savages right now I see in BKFC. Luis Palomino, that dude's a fucking monster. That dude's a beast. I have respect for him. I'm not cutting that much weight anymore. If he wants to come up to 75, we'll dance there. I'll even go up. I know, we have the same manager. I know the Juggernaut. He's on your show later. I know he's trying to bust my balls like, some 1-0 guy in the main event. Motherfucker, I've been knocking out fools on TV before anyone who the fuck you were. And I have no fear going up to 205 or whatever to fight you, because it's just two grown men getting in a fist fight. And I'm pretty fucking good at it. I promise you that.
Mike, he was just on.
I like the
he was just on right before you, actually. He's not on later.
Perfect.
And he brought you up. He actually said
that's perfect.
He said there's a few guys out there that are good competition. He mentioned you. He mentioned Dakota. He mentioned Quentin Henry. Mm-hmm. So he gave you.
We can dance. We can dance. We can dance at 200. Like, I don't care. I don't have to cut weight, man. I eat all the fucking cheeseburgers and drink all the beer I want. I got to cut a little bit to 175, but like Yeah, man. I love this bare knuckle game, and the days of me cutting down to 145 and 35 and 55, I ain't doing that no more. I'm gonna just touch people's chins.
Man, well, I'm sure that a lot of people would love to see that. So now it's time to move on to the next segment of the show. And I think you might remember the last time that you were on, because I mean, how could you forget being on such a prolific show? I mean, come on. Now everyone knows about this show, and it's the best show. Everyone knows about this show, and
it's
so
better than the other one.
it's the best show in the world, I promise you. And so we did a little segment called Confessions of a Gentleman, right? And we asked Mike about the Gentleman's Club universe and what happens inside of it. So today we have the return of a gentleman. He has returned.
Oh, return of a gentleman.
And gentlemen.
Got it.
He has returned. The return of a gentleman. So here we go. Question number 1, Kyle.
Yeah, what is the weirdest request that you've ever had, ever been asked of a dancer? The weirdest request that has ever been asked of a dancer.
Of me?
Yeah, what is the weirdest request that has ever been asked of a dancer in a club that you run? It's the weirdest shit that somebody's asked a dancer to do. Or a stripper, whatever you want to call it.
Weirdest thing a customer has asked a dancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've had
or a worker. I mean,
yeah. We have a customer ask a dancer if you know, if a girl would step on his balls and smash his balls.
God.
Weird shit like that. Yeah. There's some people out there. Yeah.
Holy shit! You're gonna pay for that shit? I'll kick someone in the nuts for free.
Joe Ivy said, "I bet it involves glitter." She said, "Glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts."
That's right, Dane Cook.
That's why you got to use sprinkles, baby.
Yeah, sprinkles. That's right. Much better. All right. So stepping on someone's nuts. Was the request with heels or bare feet?
Oh, absolutely. You got to get the heels in there.
Oh my Jesus! God.
That makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move on from that shit. No. All right, number 2. What is the hardest part about running a gentleman's club?
Oh, the hardest part about running a gentleman's club. Oh man. You know, there's a lot of hard parts in it, but you know, obviously you got to make sure you're managing, you know, being able to manage your staff, your entertainers, and customer relations. Sometimes you can have one of those nights where you feel like you're juggling and you're putting out fires on every aspect, whether it's staff, entertainers, and guest customer relations. But you know, overall, the hardest part, man. You know what? I can't pinpoint what would be the hardest part. The biggest, I mean, the number one thing is getting asses through the door, asses in the seats, and selling rooms and selling liquor and making money, right? So the hardest part, I guess, is being consistent, constantly putting in the time, obviously dealing with the certain climate that we got going on right now with still dealing with COVID. You know, our city's still kind of a little weird right now. So it's not, business hasn't been as much foot traffic as it was in the past. You know, obviously with Minneapolis being a little bit different, but you know, I can go into the details of it, but you know, it is a little bit of a battle.
Now, Megan says firing one of the dancers. I bet you, is that really that hard?
No.
Nah.
No,
you just say, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And you know, I'm never really.
They said no sex in the champagne room. Pow.
You know, I'm very professional. I just normally say, hey, it's time for us to part our ways. So I'm never really that mean. Yeah.
You ever find yourself wanting to knock out a customer, and like, how close have you ever gotten to actually knocking one of them out when you know you can, obviously?
You know what? It happens from time to time. Customers will definitely fucking push your buttons for sure. And it happened a lot in Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh people, they get all fucking fired up over there and they're like talking shit.
Fucking Ben Roethlisberger, that son of a bitch.
But yeah, for sure. You know, you get fired up and they're going to test your patience. But in our industry, you know, you always got to take in consideration. It's not personal. You know, we provided them the alcohol. We provided them topless, naked, some clubs full nude women, a highly fueled, testosterone fueled environment. So if someone says go fuck myself, I can't take it that personally.
Now, San Juan in the comments is saying, I mean, I think we all know what should be the hardest part. And I believe
Hey.
I think he's on to something there. All right, let's move on to the next question. Have you ever witnessed a family member come into the club to discover their sister, mother, aunt, cousin, something like that?
It's a family affair.
Like, holy shit, no.
I haven't personally experienced that, no.
That would be weird.
That'd be weird, yeah.
That'd be real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to tell you, dude. So this is just like
I forgot to put daughter on there, but
daughter. Can you imagine that? Can you fucking imagine? So
I run and jump right out the window.
We went into a club here in Connecticut for my buddy's birthday one night, and we're all sitting at the stage and we're staring. And now we're young at the time. This is 20 years ago. I was 19 years old, and we're sitting there, and the girl on stage looks like weirdly familiar to me. And I'm like, man, I fucking feel like I know this girl. And I'm like, I know her from somewhere. And like, we're all like huddled together. We're like, who the fuck is she? And then one of my boys was like, yo, that's this girl Jen's little sister. We're like, Jen's our age.
Yeah.
Her little sister can't be like more than 16, 17 years old. So what the fuck? And then my boy goes, hey, come here. And he's like, you're Jen's sister. In her ear, and she was like, she was like, don't say anything. That shit was, it was hilarious. It wasn't weird or anything. We were just like, man, nothing like
it definitely happens. It can happen probably more often than you think. Yeah, customers coming in and noticing someone, and it probably has happened while I'm working. It's just something that I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right. Next up, Mike.
Best holiday to attend the Gentleman's Club. What's the best one? Is it Halloween? Because Halloween's usually the best to attend any party. Single guy.
Yeah.
I mean.
Halloween's
Christmas.
Yeah, Halloween's fun. A lot of the other holidays is the club isn't as busy, right? People are doing holiday things. I would say Halloween is probably the funnest because we always do a little event, get all dressed up. Girls will be dressed up. Halloween is probably, it's a fun night.
You get to play, everyone role plays that night. I mean, your wildest fantasies come true at Rick's Cabaret, Minneapolis. You can have a nurse. You can have a cheerleader. You can have a doctor. I mean, come on. Don't you want to be operated on in the champagne room? Come on. You're going to give me a job over there. I'm ready. I'm coming over.
Yeah,
I'm about to quit.
Hired.
And our last question, were you yourself ever a dancer or a stripper?
Oh, man. No, I never was. But
I would 100% believe you were. Because of how, like, all this shit that you do and the fucking pictures and all this shit where you work, I would not be surprised at all.
I would be scared. To get in there. Absolutely not. Yeah, I've had customers ask me sometimes, "Hey, can you do a room?" And I'm like, "No, unfortunately not." But if the price is right,
hey, as $1 million man says, everyone's got a price.
I like it. Yeah.
Hey, before we let you go, and we're going to have you shout out whoever you want to shout out, but I got to ask you, how are the boys over at Smith Brothers Combat Sports treating Mike the Marine Richman these days? You happy with these?
You know what? What I'm just slowly, definitely building on the foundation of the relationship that Kevin and, the Smith Brothers management team. And I look forward to the success that we create and we will get together. And I'm going to be, one of his champions, and that's a fact. It's going to happen. So, I really look forward to continue working with him. So this is going to be our first fight together, and then we're just going to keep building on that.
I mean, realistically, with you and Britton and Lorenzo, he could have a whole stable of champions pretty soon in there. So,
absolutely.
It's looking good for you guys over there on that team. Go ahead and shout out whatever you want to shout out your sponsors, whatever, and we'll let you get back to work.
Oh, you guys got to say hi to my door host real quick. Chris. Yeah,
Chris.
hi, Chris.
Chris, what's up, Chris?
What's up?
It's out of Chanel. He doesn't hear you. I got headphones in, so they're not going to be able to hear you. Yeah, shout out to DD214 Fightwear. You know, they're the ones that made my custom made shirts. A lot of people are gonna have that ordered, which is badass. Rick's Cabaret. You know, I love working for RCI. I love the Rick's Cabaret company, and they've been nothing but very supportive of my fight career. And they're an amazing company to work for. So shout out to them as well. And we're still putting together, you know, obviously our last minute sponsors. So I don't have those yet, but those are the two main ones that I would like to love to shout out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And where can we see you next?
You can see me next Friday, September 10th, on the BKTV app. There it is. Fighting out in Omaha, Nebraska, at the Ralston Arena against Dakota Cochrane in the main event. And it's going to be fireworks, baby. It's going to be fireworks. If I don't knock him out early, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a bloody battle. I'm gonna touch his face a lot. We'll see if he can touch me a lot. And it's going to be either another highlight reel finish, or we're going to put on an epic fight. And I hope all fans enjoy it.
Hell yeah, man. I was gonna say, if you want to take us on a quick tour of the place, you can, but I don't know.
Reporting, Kyle. Don't you know the rules?
Yeah. My bad. Sorry.
I've been yelled at many times.
All right, Mike. Thank you for your time as always. Best of luck against Dakota next week. I'm sure you're gonna perform like you always do, and we'll talk to you after you win.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take it easy, Mike.
Let's go.